Okay, so this video is going to be on review of right triangles. The first thing we're going to talk about are the parts of a right triangle. So first, I'm going to draw a right triangle here. Okay, there's my right angle. Now remember, the reason why it's called a right triangle is because we have a right angle. So this is a 90-degree angle. That's why it's called a right triangle. Okay, and then let's just label this A and C. Okay. Now there's three parts to a right triangle. Okay. There's the hypotenuse, which is the side directly across from the 90-degree angle. Okay, so there's the hypotenuse right there. Okay. Then, well, let's say we're going off of this angle. So the parts of a right triangle go off of whatever angle we're talking about. So let's say this is our angle, theta here. Okay. Our hypotenuse is always the same, the one that's across from the 90-degree angle. Okay. And then, so the next part is the one that's directly opposite from our angle, which is, we just call it the opposite. Okay. And then the last side is called our adjacent. So it's the one that goes along our angle. We call that adjacent. Okay. So we're going to review on using the Pythagorean theorem to find a missing side on a right triangle. Okay, so let's just say we have 25, 20, and we want to find this side right here. Okay, well, it's a right triangle, so we know we can use the Pythagorean theorem. So we have a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. Okay, so for this triangle, we have a squared, which we don't know, plus 20 squared is equal to c squared. Now remember, c squared is always my hypotenuse. So we have 25 squared. Okay, well, this becomes a squared plus 400 is equal to 625. I'm going to get a by itself because I'm solving for a, so I'm going to subtract 400. So now I have a squared is equal to 225. Square root, we get a is equal to 15. Okay. Now in this case, when we take the square root, we don't really have to worry about plus or minus here, because we can never have a negative side, right? That doesn't make sense. So we're always going to take the positive. So here we just solve for a, which is 15. Okay, so let's try a different one. Let's say we have our right triangle here, like that. So this side is 2, 1. This side is 10. Okay, so take a minute, pause the video, and try this one on your own. Okay, we'll come back. So here we want to solve for a squared here, or just a, sorry. Okay, so we're going to have a squared plus 2 times the square root of 21 squared is equal to 10 squared. Okay, this becomes a squared plus, okay, be very careful with this one. We have to square this guy and this guy, so it becomes 4 times 21, which is 84, is equal to 100. Get a by itself, subtract 84, subtract 84. We get a squared is equal to 16. Square root both sides, we get a is equal to 4.